Episode 13. Who's ready to birth them? Everyone's asking who can replace China in global manufacturing. But what if the real question is, who can keep the line moving when the pressure hits? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Holding the Line, a Logistics at a Crossroads podcast. I'm your host Gia, and today we're tackling one of the biggest questions in global trade. What happens when China is no longer the center of the manufacturing world? Because here's the truth. Global manufacturing isn't anchored anymore. The vessels have set sail. Now, for years, China was the default port of call because they were efficient, fast, and fully integrated. But now, tariffs, geopolitics, rising costs, environmental shifts have all pushed companies to chart new courses. And the global manufacturing base, it's in motion. So who's ready to birth them? Let's look at the contenders. India is waving from the shore, promising tech talent, government-backed incentives, but behind the docks, the infrastructure is still under construction. Roads, utilities, and logistics corridors are improving, but slowly. Vietnam. Now they're racing to meet demand. Electronics, apparel, and industrial goods are already flowing. But the harbor's crowded, and its infrastructure is starting to stretch thin. Now Mexico. It sits just across the bay from the United States. Nearshoring is no longer theoretical. It's happening. But political instability and capacity gaps can still disrupt what should be a smooth ride. And then you have Malaysia and Thailand. They offer calmer waters, strong regulatory stability, and established trade lanes. But their labor pools and space constraints are limited, and that might mean growth just might stall when demand starts to surge. For decades, the question wasn't where to manufacture, it was how fast could we move it out of China. And China delivered massive scale, unmatched technical skill, and an ecosystem of supply chain integration that left others behind. But today, that question has changed. With rising tariffs and unstable trade relations, the real concern is this. What happens if we can't manufacture in China at all? And let's be clear. There's no one-size-fits-all replacement for China. There are, however, countries stepping up, each with strengths, growing pains, and logistics realities to reckon with. In India, may be waving and have a massive workforce, booming tech sector, and pro-business momentum, but their port congestion, rolling blackouts, and inconsistent lead times make time-sensitive deliveries a gamble. Vietnam, while they're racing to meet demand, while being a magnet for consumer goods, and they do have a strong regional connectivity, but they're reaching the edge of capacity, and a single disruption can create weeks of delay. And let's talk about just across the bay, Mexico. Yes, the proximity to U.S. consumers will lower transportation costs. They will achieve a faster delivery. Yet, there are still infrastructure disparities and major political fluctuations that pose real risks. Malaysia and Thailand may offer some calm waters and be advanced in semiconductors and electronics, and could very well become steady trade partners. But are they scaling quickly enough to absorb redirected global volume? That is still a question mark. Here's the real shift. The future of manufacturing won't revolve around one country. It will be regional, it will be resilient, and deeply data-driven. We're seeing the rise of regional ecosystems, a blend of nearshoring for speed, reshoring for control, and selective offshore partnerships for cost. This isn't just a sourcing strategy, it's a supply chain survival. And logistics, it's the deciding factor. From port access to customs agility, from inventory placement to inland transport, if even one link in that chain breaks, the whole network feels it. So if you're a planner, an operator, a buyer, or an executive, this is your call to zoom out and start asking the questions that truly matter. Can we pivot suppliers without compromising quality? Are our systems built for real-time visibility across geographies? Are our partnerships flexible enough to move with global pressure? Because the next manufacturing leader won't offer just low-cost labor, they'll offer trust. They'll deliver under pressure, and they'll hold the line when it matters most. Vessels don't just need a place to dock. They need the infrastructure that can move containers fast, skilled teams that handle complexity, a logistics backbone that keeps it flowing, and most of all, predictability. The race isn't to replace China. The race is to become the most reliable port in a sea of uncertainty. So ask yourself, where's your cargo headed next? This was episode 13 of Holding the Line, a Logistics at a Crossroads podcast. I'm Gia, and thanks for sailing with me today. Until then, stay steady, stay strategic, and know that I'll be navigating the crossroads right along with you.